Hi, I'm Paul Gibbons. You remember in Iron Man 1 there was someone called Pepper Potts, and she was Tony Stark's finder, minder, and grinder. She had his whole day handled for him, all his communications, everything he had to sign, everything he had to prepare for, and every person he had to meet. How much time did that save Tony Stark so he could be his creative genius in his lab? Well, lots. I'll leave you to imagine that. This is what we're going to build in the AI Chief of Staff program. It's going to look a little bit like this. So when you wake up in the morning, you'll have a briefing that will set you up. Your emails will have been handled. They will all be in your outbound drafts folders. AI never sends anything without your permission. But it's a lot faster to review a draft and make a tweak than it is to draft 20 emails by themselves. It'll have done all your meeting prep or your market research, and it will have handled your calendar scheduling conflicts, which chews up, and some days it might chew up an hour of my time handling 6 or 7 requests for meetings. There are two kinds of AI leader in the world. There are those who talk about AI and those who build with it. The gap is widening fast. I used to say, which sounds a little bit dogmatic, that if you only talk about AI, you don't know what you're talking about. In other words, it's more like carpentry than calculus, and it's more like working in a workshop rather than teaching at the front of a classroom. There are two kinds of executives. The podcast executive reads all the research, has all the vocabulary. Perhaps they read some of the research reports. They still use chats and prompts. That's not using AI in 2026. The builder exec builds things, and here's the research. They are more than 2 times more likely to be generating outsized ROI. Moreover, some of the predictors of ROI return, such as trust and employee engagement, soar when they see executives actually building with the thing. This is a program that teaches you to be a builder. You will not watch some YouTuber clicking buttons on a webinar. You're actually going to do the thing yourself with me helping and supporting you while you do it. The data on work is just horrifying. Emails sometimes occupy, depending on your role, 90 minutes to 2 hours of every day. 60% of work is about work. And on a $150,000 a year salary, that would make $90,000 per person per year. That's an exaggeration. And some of that work about work is, of course, mandatory and useful. Not all is. The reading list graveyard. You doom scroll. You find the one thing that you want to read, but you don't really have time. So you save it. And before the advent of the AI world, I had hundreds and hundreds of saved academic papers that I'm sad to say that I would never go in. Now I have AI handle all that for me. It scans hundreds and hundreds of pages and web pages every day, so you get the most up-to-the-minute news on stuff that you care about. Most executives don't really prepare for meetings. Some are sort of mandatory, but there's an enormous volume of stuff to know and read. But what if the prep was done for you? If you were meeting with a client, what if you had all of their press releases, analyst reports, industry updates, all ready for you in a 2-paragraph summary, so you go in the best prepared person in the room? Let's move on and I'll tell you how we do it. When you wake up in the morning, your inbox is triaged, the garbage is deleted, the stuff that just needs a thank you or I'll get back to you gets handled. The high signal important emails are drafted and ready for you to send with your approval. AI never sends anything, by the way. It can't do that. It's saved to your drafts folder so that you can review them. It's a lot faster than writing 20 or 30 emails yourself. Every meeting is prepped and your morning digest is handled and your calendar is sorted out. All that is done for you before you start your day. So you can start your day on things that matter: strategy, people. So what you build is we'll build a chief of staff during the first module. We'll build what's called a chief knowledge officer or a second brain, or some people call it a PKM, personal knowledge management. And we'll build a chief learning officer in the third module that keeps you up to date and briefed. These are things that will run automatically for you so that they're ready when you're ready to start your day. This is a video, and you'll see, of how it looks in anger. I showed you a single clip, but this is a video of it all being created for you. And how do we build it? We do a little bit of pre-work because I don't want to watch you install applications on your phone. Installing software is not a good use of our time. There are also some things that your AI chief of staff will need to know about you. I have an application you will run on your computer. It will take 20 minutes, but it needs to be done so that you're ready to build when we start to work. We'll do a chief of staff workshop, 2 hours. There are short targeted webinars on things you need to know: leading change, AI ethics, something about the technical details of agents, context engineering, harness engineering, loop engineering, all of the sort of terminology that you need to be familiar with today. Then we'll build a CKO. There'll be more webinars, and we'll finally build your Chief Learning Officer. The course is $1,000. I reckon it will probably pay for itself in the first week. The current research suggests that people save 11 hours a week through using AI well. I don't know how much you make a year, but 11 hours is a big chunk of both financial savings and also easing some of the stresses and pressures of being in the role that you're in. The course is on Maven. There's a direct link. There's a leadership diagnostic on paulgibbensadvisory.com of adoption services, which you can do for free at any time. And I will send you the prep and tell you a little bit about me. I ran my first leadership program in 1997 for the board of a bank. It was a little over my head. I was a young fella, 37 years old. It was a big challenge. I'm pleased to say it was one of the most successful projects of my career. I ran Europe's premier leadership consulting firm for a decade. I was IBM's Future of Work and Behavioral Science lead. Before that, I was at PwC in the 1990s in innovation and change management and their internal think tank. And I'm the creator of two well-known and used AI adoption frameworks, Adaptive Adoption Trademark and the Leadership Delta. Thank you very much for listening. I look forward to seeing you in the course.